Apologies, I forgot to update the PC version. Why is it sound so quiet? It's just a bit quiet. Turn up just a hair. Right there. Hopefully that's not too quiet. Oh, I titled that wrong. Oopsie. Well, instead of an exclamation point, we get a 1. Enjoy that little... Oh boy. I may have forgot to upload last week's stream again. Is it too late to do that? Oh, we're good. I better do that real quick. Hold on. Okay. Oof, that would almost a big oopsie. Don't want that to happen. Anywho, well, that's exporting. I have not touched this event at all. Oh, that's why I had this so turned down. It does get pretty loud. I've not touched this new event yet. This executor event. What's this? Flametail. Ooh, Flametail got a module. Another module. I will do that eventually. She's definitely on the list. But... I've been putting... Honestly, this game's been on the back burner.
These are rare documents. Oh, how did I get them? Relax. Not by following procedure, I assure you. What? You want to interrogate me?
Right, so I've been out of... I keep forgetting to check in. And it's mostly because it's been a busy few weeks.
Beep beep, Justice Knight has plenty of things to do here.
So my base is falling apart. Let's just start throwing people in.
This ship is very spacious. Have you ever considered holding a concert there?
We're just gonna start filling for places. Do. 1, 2, 3. This is 100% my fault for neglecting it. Who's number 5 gonna be? Minor. That right there tells you how long I've neglected, because it does have 4 days left on them. Means they've been sitting there for at least 4. You.
So, these are the renowned Rhodes Island dormitories. Very, well, frugal.
Let's go. We're making this as quick as we can. Try not to waste time, because I'm on a timer. And not the regular one either. Everything looks good there. Okay, and then onward. holy city bestows a radiant something. They say Laterano is paradise. Land of freedom, happiness, and order. One of the few left in this chaotic world. Never known doubt, my child. How was our city built? How did it grow? And how did it prosper? Why is there only one Laterano? Why is it called the Eternal Paradise? If the fires of war burn once more, and peace falls into ruin before our eyes, will the world continue to tolerate paradise? Danger. Repeat. Danger. Danger level. Analyzing. Maximum. Playing simulation sequence. Simulation failed. Activating emergency response mechanism. Outputting suitable personnel list. Let me make sure my mic, yeah, my mic's still reading. May I hear, Your Holiness? Very well. Are you sure about this? There is no precedent for it aside from the canonization of the popes. It's risky. You are correct. I could find no such record in our millennium of history. But that is of no concern. What is of concern is the warning I received. What is it about specifically? I would answer your question honestly if I could. Our glowing faith has warned us that danger is near, but no one knows what it is or how it will arrive. I only see a list of names. First on the list is the main character of today's performance. That's why you proposed canonizing him. Still, the title of saint is special, reserved for the holy ones who built Laterano. I hold the same title. That's different. You're the Pope, sir. You're conceding a significant amount of power. You have the right to participate in a multitude of matters, even policy making. This is no small thing. Easy, Giovanni. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. And, as I said, there is more than one name on the list. What? Are you proposing that all of them be canonized? That's against the rules. Don't be so quick to judge, Giovanni. We need to find them first. I saw some familiar names. Do you know who's on it? No idea. In that case, I'll let it remain a secret for a little longer. Giovanni, I think I'll visit these friends after the ceremony. Pretty. Why are there so many balloons? Even a pie throwing competition on that street up ahead. I just take a detour because of all the pies on the ground. Is there some sort of festival going? No idea. Heard it's a ceremony or something, but I don't know the specifics. Who cares? End of the day, let's just enjoy the occasion like we always do. Say, do you think I could fly if I tied myself to these balloons? You don't have a prayer, even if you lost 20 pounds. Don't say that. Let me take off my jacket. It's pretty warm. Hey, look, new balloons. Here, hold my jacket. I've got to try this. Hey, be careful. Woo, I'm flying. Hey, how do I stop climbing? Oh, no, I forgot I'm scared of heights. Pardon. Hey, don't go. Help. Help. Let me down. All right. And that hurt. Thanks. Balloons. Pop them all? Sure, that to be so cruel. It was the logical solution given the circumstances. I guess. Couldn't you have left me a couple? He got you down, so stop whining. Mind this idiot, sir. Where'd you get that outfit? It looks cool. Can't say. What do you mean? Was it a gift? It's like a work uniform. Something's familiar about it. Where do you get a uniform like that? I'm applying. I'm not sure it's a standard uniform. You can submit your curriculum vitae to the Curia. They led the Sancta, they built the city, and named it Laterano. And when disaster looms once more, a new revelation shall dawn upon the Sancta, and a new guide shall lead forth. The paradise of the Sancta shall remain eternal, as witnessed by the world. We bear witness. We bear witness. We bear witness. Ite misa este. You can raise your head now, my child. No, a different name is appropriate here. Raise your head and stand by my side, Saint Federico Gallio, the first chosen of Laterano who does not come from the ranks of the popes. A measured reaction. Not a fan of the balloons. I don't understand. What is the duty of a saint? What is a disaster that looms? Does it call for immediate action? I need to know the details in order to formulate a plan. An appropriate question, but not one I'm able to answer. The warning I received was as cryptic as it was direct. It does not provide for a specific answer. Each era has its own trials and tribulations, for which we can only prepare the best of our abilities. It is certain, however, that you have been chosen because it believes that you have the ability to respond to the unknown. I don't understand. There is no hurry. We have time. Right now, there are other things we can talk about. Scarab suits you, Federico. Makes all the cardinals bickering over the cut and color worthwhile. I didn't think that was a cardinal's duty. Let's not be so strict. People can't help but focus on that which draws their interest. I've seen your resume, Federico. I can tell that you're an outstanding executor. Commandments do not bind your thoughts as they do others, huh? Rules can be broken if necessary. Of course, I can't bring myself to disagree. You judge matters by your own standards. That is why you always carry out your missions effectively, if somewhat unorthodoxly. I have a mission for you. I had intended on going myself, but there are other matters that require my attention. Now I've found someone who can go in my stead. It will not be an easy task. Expect unexpected complications, the likes of which you have never seen. But I believe you are up to it. I want to see why he chose you. Will you go, Federico? Executor Federico, ready for assignment. What is your command? What are you looking at, Arturia? Flowers, Excellency. It's the only place in the monastery where they grow. Glad I made it in time for bloom season. It's a view worth savoring. Clement would be happy to hear it. It has been a long time since anyone came to see the flowers that he cared for. They used to grow all around the abbey. This is all that's left. Shame. I understand there's a beautiful story behind them. There was. What about now? Perhaps there still is, but my eyes have grown weak. Flowers are no longer pure enjoyment for me. I've grown too old, spent too much time here. Flowers cannot fill an empty stomach, just as your music can soothe pain, but not avert aging. I know things don't always go according to plan. Perhaps this was inevitable the moment our call for help reached Laterano. Now, only the bitter fruit remains. Bitter fruit. Even the name itself leaves a bitterness on the tip of the tongue that doesn't go away. I rather like it, actually. Poor soil does not bear sweet fruit. Poor soil. Yes, poor soil. But it's home for people like us. I thought we'd find a better, more peaceful life. We had walls that protect us from wind and rain. We had faith unwavering. Our longing for a peaceful life won out over our longing for home. All that was left was to find a quiet corner of the world where we could live in peace. But now, the old man's emaciated face twitches slightly. It's as though he is mustering the strength to tear apart that which threatens to crush him beneath his loose skin. His words are replaced by a string of coughs and gasps. How many years has it been? 50? 60? More? The disaster came from the sea, when we rejected the Inquisition's demands and left Tiberia to settle here. I've seen children born and then buried those same children. Life has become hard. Life is always hard. Yes, you're right. But the living, to where do they belong? I can't tell. Are they of Iberia or of Laterano? You've come too far and too long. Arturia. Am I still a Lateran after all these years? Only you know the answer, Abbot Stefano Torregosa. I hope I still am. Then you are. You spoke the truth, Arturia. No need to test me anymore. A misunderstanding. I never intended to probe your secrets. I permitted you to stay because these doors are open to all who bear no ill intentions. But I still don't know what you're seeking, Arturia. What if I've said I seek nothing? I take it you don't believe it. Then let me put it this way. Pay no heed to me. I promise I will not interfere with anything here, nor with your discretion or decisions. I am simply a traveler, drawn to this place by the stories here, praying that the ending is a good one. Should I swear in the name of my halo? You're a cunning one, Arturia. But I believe your words. The old man falls silent again. All who grow old, grow dry and stiff, lined on his face, once so beloved, now cast only lethargy. The eyes have become clouded by the decades that they have seen. The face should have been warmer, gentler, more Lateran. The holy city never answered. All these years, but I never stopped praying. My faith taught me to love, to be kind. It did not teach me to abandon our brothers and sisters, our loyal friends. To abandon the few for the happiness of the many. The devoted would call it a shameful betrayal. Do you? I don't have that answer, Arturia. When does the believer go if faith has betrayed itself? Here's the stuff. Get it salted and dried quickly. It should last a winter. I'll get someone on it. Gracias. This meat will buy us some time. I'm sorry. Trying to game was harder than I thought. With the weather is getting colder. Don't say that. Thanks to you, there'll be meat on the table for the children tonight. Don't apologize. Okay, forget what I said. Make them something good for dinner. I'd love to, but we've got the ration. Where's Hyman? She didn't get hurt, did she? Don't worry, she's fine. Really? Don't hide anything, okay? An injury's no small thing. No problem. We'll come back if we do need anything. It's getting late. I should go. Hey, Gerald. Everyone's been talking about the Laterano. They mean no harm. They're just a little anxious. Please, don't mind it if someone lets something slip. I understand. I see. That's good, yes. Thanks for coming, Raymond. Let's go. We're not needed here. Simon back yet? Haven't seen her all day. Davey led a group out to look for her. I'll join them later. Have the scout team ready. We'll have concrete intel when they get back tonight. Good. Carry on. Brother Gerald, are we really going to accept things as they are right now? Calm down, Raymond. You know we never had a choice. So we're compromising. What are we? What have we been all these... What have all these years been for, motherfucker? What's the difference between us and them? We're just... Raymond. That's enough. But... No buts. I know you don't like it, Raymond. There's still time. If there's someone you want to see, go and see them. Eating. Ingestion of food for the organism's survival. It's the base of life and the fundamental instinct of all animals. Eat, digest, metabolize. Activities for the sake of survival. The most legitimate desire there is. Why do you look like a priest of the deep? I wanted to try to persuade you, but now is not really the time. You're weak. Too many things interfere with our thoughts, warp our judgment, preventing us from following the guidance of our faith. You can no longer hear me, can you? There is no answer. Priest's voice mixes with a strange sound echoing through the underground space. The sound of eating. The sound of ripping food apart and swallowing it. Life that has lost its original form grows in the shadows. It's almost winter. The sun has become a rare sight. This building is like a remote island. It's held out long enough. It can no longer hold out. You see the gaps in the walls where the drought comes through. There's little fuel left. Many will suffer in the cold without winter supplies. Of course, we're not entirely helpless. There are a couple of small Originum veins nearby, aren't there? Originum can be mined for energy generation, as you've done for many years. But it's dangerous. Who knows the risk of Ripperthy infection? Who would take such a risk if they had a choice? Ripperthy is a death sentence on an island like this. You left your home and came here. You accepted the most dangerous jobs in order to find a place to call your new home. You're an indispensable part of this abbey. You still can't hear me, can you? I must admit, I feel a little sad. I just tangled my fucking hair into a knot. Pretty. Real pretty. Hello? Anyone? Any? Oh! Just saw the broken glass. Fortuna? Good timing. Give me a hand with this window frame, will you? One broke the window. I'm trying to plug it up. No problem. Didn't we fix this a couple days ago? I remember my teeth chattering in the cold while listening to Father Stefano's sermon. Should I get some tape? I'm afraid tape won't do. Pieces are all over the place, and I don't think I can put them back, sorry. Why apologize to me, Patron Clement? It's not your fault. What should we do? Find something to block it up? The wind's rather cold. Should I find some unused fabric? Don't waste it. Save it for clothes. It's getting cold. Should be some planks left from when Gerald took those old houses apart. I'll go look for them. That'll do it for the frame. Thanks, Fortuna. What were you here for, anyway? Oh, I wanted to see if there's anything to eat, because I missed lunch. It's all Fina's fault. What's my fault? Fina, what are you doing here? Listen to you talk behind my back. I'm just telling it like it is. It wouldn't have taken so long if you didn't keep going on and on about it. It's because you were dumb enough to get scammed. Told you to be careful of Lemuel. You've been talking to everyone, pretending to care. Who knows what she's really after? You've been absent-minded lately. Did she say something to you? No. No one said anything to me. I'm not being absent-minded. Yes, you are. Well, all sancta, Tuna. You can't fool me. So is Immune. You know she has no ill intentions. Why won't you trust her? You hate people from Laterano so much. We're Laterano too, weren't we? Father Stefano says we can go back soon. Why did we lock up the Lateran emissaries? Why don't we go back? Because Raymond and the others can't go with us. Isn't that reason enough? Want to leave them behind? Well, I don't. It's not what I mean. And what do you mean? Enough. The abbot has its reasons. Say no more. I'll find some planks to board up the window. You two calm down. Can't you sense my thoughts, Fina? I can, Tuna. But never mind, I lost my cool. You know, that wasn't what you meant. I was wrong too. You always have that gum with you. Got it from your dad, right? I thought it didn't work anymore. It doesn't. Maybe it's a parts problem. And I don't know how to use a gun myself. I'm not carrying it to use it anyway. I always thought it was a decorative accessory. Partly. Holding a gun like this is like praying. That's what Dad said when he gave it to me. He said it was a sancta practice. I don't know about any practices like that. My grandma's gun is in a canyon. We can share, Fina. I'll try to get it fixed and we can use it together. Now let us pray. Plank should be here somewhere. Ah, there. That should be enough. We can fix the outside windows too if there are any left over. And fuel. Not much fuel left. Who goes there? Fuck. No one? Am I seeing things? Okay, great. They're here. Terrain is so strange. You still call this a desert? There's a canyon below? In your step. I never knew you were such a gentleman, Rochelle. Nothing good ever happened comes from your Nothing good ever happens comes from your complimenting me. God damn, I can't read some of this. Don't be so uptight. Your bank account's safe this time. Is that the nomadic abbey we're looking for? I think so. What do we do? Knock on the front door? Think someone will answer? What do you think, Federico? Approach. Roger. Or should we do a quick briefing first? Target building has been identified. It's a large mobile complex built jointly by Iberia and Laterano in the 111th. Official name, Sanctimonium Ambrosi. Originally controlled by Iberia, it disappeared after straying from its route 61 years ago. Laterano received a request for help from the Abbey 1 month ago and sent 2 Nunicos to investigate it. Straightforward enough up to this point. So how did we end up losing contact with our Nuncos? nuncios. I think that's how it's supposed to be pronounced, nuncios. And bringing in big guns like you two. My mission is to discover the whereabouts of Cardinal Aid Lumen and Legatus Orin Argulas. And to guarantee their safety. Also to ensure that the Abbey is able to function normally and avoid casualties. So His Holiness wants you to take it easy. Well, I signed up for Lemune. Couldn't care less what happens to Orin. Your personal feelings are irrelevant. Her status is unclear, and we are unable to determine if the inhabitants of the building are hostile. What do we do then? Infiltrate and investigate? No. I suggest we take the most direct path and finish this quickly. Search ceased, or return their bones to Laterano. Straight to the point, huh? Fucking sea terrors. Holy statues can calm the emotions of residents. Where'd I put them? There they are. I have a half a roll of lifesavers here.
わかりました。
Gnawbeast inflict bleed on allied operators after several attacks. Enemies bursting into the monastery are disturbing the residents, and their panic will increase as the battle goes on. Please take note, when enemies pass by a resident, their panic level will immediately increase. However, residents can calm down when they're next to a holy statue, and they will not be as easily frightened. He's calming down, but not significantly. He's panicked. Residents will become terrified when their panic level hits a certain threshold. When this happens, they will quickly expend their energy by erratically dashing around the map in search of a holy statue to pray at. Go do that? Yeah. Seems like he calmed down a little after finding a holy statue. Bringing out a holy statue will effectively pacify the residents and calm them down. Great, we got civilians with more steps. Bad news. There's a hole just ahead and those terrified fellas running amok are gonna fall straight in. Don't worry, we can patch up the holes with the spare timber we have on hand. Should do it for now. You're not a bright fella.
Mission accomplished.
Whoopee. Hee hee. One point, can't play over here. Another statue over there. I don't see any holes. Yeah, these guys all low trust. No. Less than 100, or less than 200 at least, so we're good.
My job is to innovate on these missions. Your job is to be impressed.
You don't have to try hard to impress me. It was autumn at the time, and I was trekking through the barren wastes with a few Iberians who were fleeing their homeland. Just when we thought we were going to meet our ends, the Abbey appeared in front of us. It seemed like some sort of miracle, an act of divine intervention that couldn't be real. The venerable abbot, Bishop Torgrosa, took in those people who had nowhere to go. His respectable elder was pious and devout in his ways. Under his management, this monastery, cut off from the rest of the land by the wilderness, became its own fantastical domain of sorts. Here, people whose lives would normally never intertwine lived in harmony, depending on one another. They lived in material poverty, but not spiritual poverty, making no distinction between class, all putting their best feet forward to live life. Lumen, Lemune, there, pretty. I'm going to say that a lot because there's a lot of pretty girls in this one. I knew it. This handwriting. When I made my request, the abbot replied to me after an extended silence, saying that while he would not refuse aid to those in need, there was not much he could do because of my distance. Maybe because I wasn't expecting much in the first place, I didn't feel too bad about being turned down. If anything, he seemed to be more guilty and chagrined about turning down my unreasonable request than the person who made it in the first place. I'm deeply gratified that there exists such a paradise for good people, but at the same time, I could not help but raise this one question. Can this miracle, like a seed that refuses to adapt to the soil it grows in, truly persist on this land? Maybe I've been here too long. About time I set out again for Laterano. People whose lives would normally never intertwine make no distinction between class. Yes, when I first saw the scene, I also doubted my eyes a bit. While speaking just for myself, I had really hoped this peace, rare as it is, could last forever. Come in. Are you busy, Senor Lemune? Remember that pattern you were talking about earlier? Some of the others tried embroidering onto a quilt with me. How do you think it turned out? Let's see. Excellent craftsmanship. It surprised me to find it on display in the store. You're exaggerating. Now it's getting colder. The blanket you have with you might not be enough to keep you warm. Show them pitched in some fabric. Appreciate the concern. If you give it to me, the others might not have enough. You just think about them first. I know how I look, but I'm actually plenty tough. I don't get sick easily. Don't worry about us. As long as everyone chips in, it's not a big deal. I must say, I'm not sure tough is what comes to mind when I look at you. It's not a run of thinking these days, sending you so far away. Well, about that. It's a question I'd like to ask my superiors. Why don't we go back? Because Hermine and the other can't go with us. Isn't that a reason enough? Want to leave them behind? Well, I don't. Stupid Fina. Do you really think that I'm that cold-blooded? First, I'm not going to leave behind the people I grew up with. And yeah. But we can just stay stuck like this forever either. I think I'm supposed to say can't. But we can't just stay stuck like this forever either. Tempers have really been high lately. Is there no better solution? What's wrong? What are you sighing for this time? Big guy. It's odd. You're here by yourself. Delphina's not with you? Immune. That's supposed to mean. It's not like Delphine and I are stuck together. Might as well be. Close enough. One step from sharing a bed. We do sleep together sometimes, though. Hey, wait, that's not the point. When'd you get back anyway? Heard you went hunting with Senor Gerald. Any luck? Didn't get hurt, did you? Sure you let us know if you ever do get hurt. Don't be like Senor Gerald, who's always just toughs it out by himself. I'm fine. I don't need you worrying over me for no reason. No reason? Who's the one who said nothing until his wounds got inflamed? Who's the one who went down into the mines without permission and barely made it back? You. I know. Just say it was my fault, okay? Let's just say it was my fault. Fortuna. Yes? Actually, I came back because I wanted to ask you and Delphina, and of course the others as well. I wanted to ask if you wanted to come with us. The young man stopped speaking halfway through. He suddenly falls silent. Immune? Never mind, it's no big deal. I need to leave for a bit and might not be back until late. Tuna, can you come to the roof of the sacrarium before dinner? Bring Delphina with you too. Something I need to tell you too. I cannot read these big fancy fucking words. You're kind of pretty. Not quite my type. Let me take a look. What's going on here? He even built a road by the monastery. Which is all the way to the edge of the city. Is it really so cramped inside? I personally think it's plenty spacious. No, wrong way. There we go. Because that way I can't lean back. Are there so many people here? Must be tough feeding a crowd that big, especially out in the Barrens. See for yourself. Someone's coming. Oh, someone just walked out. Should be one of the residents. Where'd Hyman run off to? Oh, sub-assist. Hottie with the hidden face. Who's there? Halos. You're Sancta. Don't care who you people are or what you're after, but you're not coming any closer. Let's not jump right to drawing swords and crossbows. We only just met. Why don't we all take a deep breath and talk things through? Afternoon, senor. 3 of us here from Laterano, without any real intent. No need to be so intense. I'd be pleased as punch if you'd lower your weapon. Bring some Laterons all the way to these remote mountains. We were sent by His Holiness in search of 2 compatriots. Wasting your time, Rochelle. Clear to me that he knows exactly who we are and why we've come. He has hostile intent. Clearly have strong animosity towards Laterano, judging from the displeasure on your face. And where does your hostility come? I have no idea what you're talking about. Been standing by the entrance to the side alley this whole time. You're deliberately trying to block our view. You don't want our attention there. So what is in there? You think you are... Alright, Federico, there's no need to provoke the other side. Though I'm sure that wasn't your intention. Haven't forgotten this mission His Holiness gave us, right? Low key, we can't afford to make a mess of things again. Wasn't trying to provoke anyone. Laterons are always like this. Showing up out of nowhere, making a mess out of everything. Given the information we have, your situation wasn't looking good to begin with. Dare you to say that again. Want to fight? Come on, I'll show you. Air is awfully tense over there. Federico has a way of drawing attention, and that makes light work a burglary. But that hooded guy over there, something's not right. Forget it. I'll figure out the math later. First, I need to find our target. Let me guess where you might be, Lemune. Pardon. Looks like no shortage of guests today. Hello, Senor Gerald. Thought I'd get to see Stefano here. His Excellency still has a lot of business to attend to. He just left. Can't have gotten very far, so given your athleticism, I'm sure you could catch up to him. Thanks. I haven't heard you hitting the strings today. If you enjoy the sounds of my music, I don't mind playing something for you right now. I'll pass. Very grateful for the joy you've been able to bring some of our people. Not everyone finds comfort in your music. At least, I don't. Can't imagine why a musician like you chooses to remain here, but I do hope you won't bring disaster upon us. These people are sarcasm, aren't they? I'm judging by the hoods, they're sarcasm. You think too highly of me, and she's a half-breed. As far as I know, disasters have always been buried in the soil, from whence they take root, sprout, blossom, and bear fruit. If such a seed exists in this garden, it'll break through the soil sooner or later. And I am simply a passerby, watching it all unfold. We've no seeds that ought not sprout. Before long, everything will return to normal. Be no accidents, let alone disasters. All I ask, young lady, is that you don't do anything unnecessary. Are you giving advice? No. I'm giving you a warning. Such roundabouts and sensitive words. Though I suppose the fact that you haven't done anything means you're holding back, right? I suppose that's to be expected given the circumstances. Oh my. Pretty. Ma'am? Indeed, no shortage of guests today. Please come in, my unexpected little visitors. My name is Arturia. Would you mind telling me yours? Okay, stop talking like that, Federico. I didn't say anything wrong. Just stay quiet for now, alright? And you, young man, let's not do anything rash. We really are just looking for one of our missing colleagues. And, whoever you might be, we mean you no harm. Sure can talk. Bruiser of yours means me no harm. Well, you have my word. Either way, could you please let us through? If you could tell the man in charge we're here, that would be ideal. Serphilia? Where did Serphilia go? She's already inside. When did she... Just now. I can't let you ladderans run rough... I can't let you ladderans run roughshod. Aren't you here to see the abbot? Come with me. Great. Does that mean you're letting us in? A warning first. No running off like that woman. Hurry, someone. Clement? What's wrong? What happened? Thank goodness, Raymond. Let the others know. A raid? Yeah, that's right. Raymond, who are these two? Don't worry about them. What's going on? Oh, right. It's terrible. I was repairing the windows just now. I saw something moving in the distance. Band of robbers from before. They're back.
Remember, our purpose is not violence itself, but rather the victory it brings.
You right there. You right there.
You ask.
Don't make this harder than it needs to be.
He's gonna frenzy real soon. That's no good. It's nice. Holden's Squad. Yep. I've got these are basically all the ones I'm trying to gain trust for at the moment. Yeah, let's throw you here.
Let's see. Who's the next sap getting duffed up?
Yeah.
Don't keep nothing to mask the scent.
How you doing, Blue Poison? I like the name. I just noticed it.
Such ruthlessness. I said I don't like getting my feathers on.
On your command.
Did I say I was going to have mercy? I lied.
This hunt has dragged on for too long.
Inez, honestly,
I
for
know
her
what to do.
subclass,
Don't order me around.
she's a bit better than most other ones. Like, she definitely outperforms Cantabile by a mile. She's definitely like really useful, all things considered.
This hunt
It
has
surprised
dragged
me.
on for too long.
Yeah.
敵を殺してしまうのは下策と心得。
Oh, your arts aren't working. How can that be?
Let's put
Don't
an end
shoot
to
the
this
statue.
show. Pronto.
That's rude. I want these two to stay right there. That's the best spot for them.
Leaving so soon?
Let's put an end to this show. Pronto.
Well, they're being awfully rude about it.
Let's put an end to this show. Pronto.
Oh well.
Mission accomplished.
So bad with slouching. Ramune's acting all shifty. What is it he can't tell me right now? Something that has to wait until after dark? I don't get it, but whatever. He can do his own thing. It's already so late. Only now bringing the food over. Signora Lemune must be starving by now. And these portions are tiny. Be patient, stomach. Stop growling already. Didn't you eat just a minute ago? I really hope I can feast one day. Just eat all I want without worry. Who's there? I know you're here. Who are you? Who's hiding over there? Even if you keep quiet, I already saw you. You aren't from the Abbey. Come out. If you don't, I'm gonna call the other over. I mean, I'm gonna pull the trigger. Alright, I'm coming out. I guess I messed up. Sure have sharp eyes. Is it the light from my wings? I knew it. It's way too easy to pick out a Sancta. With everyone having different wings in all Halos. Good grief, and here I was thinking I wouldn't need to be all that sneaky. Never seen you before. Who are you? Okay, Senora. Put the gun down first. Isn't something a nice girl should be pointing at her own kind? You're a Sancta too. You can feel I don't have anything against you. I am, I guess you can call me a justice bringer this time. Yeah, something like that, since I'm here to save people and all. Fine, if you don't want to talk, I'm going to call for help. Whoa, settle down there. Oh, me. Sure, but you better not scream. Sorry, didn't do a good job controlling my strength there. Are you alright? Who exactly are you? And what are you after? Nothing I can't tell you. I'm looking for someone. Another Sancta, just like me. Pink hair, probably still in a wheelchair. She's got a kind and gentle look to her, but her personality is actually anything but. She talking about Lemune? That look on your face tells me you know who I'm talking about. My lucky day. Who you just brought over? Who's it for? I've got a feeling you're taking it to Lemune, right? How'd she know? Looks like I'm right on the money again. Really need to work on your poker face. So, would you mind telling me how Senora Lemune's been doing? You prefer not to say, huh? Or you're not allowed to. You're hesitating and a bit scared. Stop it. Stop making things up. Am I making things up? I guess you'd know. You seem to have a lot on your mind, which feels a little odd. How could a cloistered place like this have so much trouble? Where's all that coming from? Are you getting into fights because there aren't many of your kind here? It's none of your business, isn't it? Are you saying that because the patron firearm you're holding hasn't been maintained in a while? Because it's rusting? I don't mind helping you out with that. I'm pretty good at gun repairs, so why don't we do a little trade? You tell me where Lemune is, that's all. Why not tell me? But you already have an idea who I am, right? You look pretty smart to me. Did Laterano send you to, like Senor Lemune? I was. It's enough small talk now, I'm a bit short on time. You're really not going to tell me where Lemune is? Well, that's how it is, that's how it is. Say, you take care of delivering that food for you. That's that then. Bye. Last one. That should wrap things up. People are bandits. Sure know how to make a ruckus. But Rico, how are things on your end? I heard a whole bunch of commotion over there. You didn't blow up any buildings, did you? I did not. Great. Well done. I'm just wrapping things up over here as well. Thank you so much. You two are incredible. Should teach the robbers to behave themselves for a while. Sounds like this isn't the first time you've been attacked, is it? How often does this sort of thing come up? You came from Laterano, you must know how difficult it is to travel these roads. If we didn't have a ride, it wouldn't have been able to get here so easily. Nobody wants to hang around a place like this except the truly desperate. As you saw, there's nothing out here in these barren lands except this monastery. So thugs set their sights on us, expect them to give up. He's right. Now it's almost winter, they'll be coming more often. That reminds me, didn't Benny hurt his leg last time? How's he doing? He's still got a bit of a limp. Only option is to tough it out. By the way, who are these two? We're, I suppose you can call us emissaries from Laterano. Ah, guess from Laterano. How are you called? Executor Federico of Laterano Notario Hall. Executor Rochelle. We have another colleague with us, but she's already one step ahead. Senor Federico, Senor Rochelle? You don't seem surprised. Sure, I mean, it was only a matter of time before Laterano sent another. Only question is what kind of guest we'll be getting. I thought... Tall, thin, and frail middle-aged man subconsciously glances at the guns in the hands of the two Lateran visitors. But next time they'd sent someone, it would be to hand down charges. Charges? The crimes that you committed? In Notario Hall's purview, most criminals see a reduced sentence upon surrendering themselves and obtaining the forgiveness of the wronged. Surrender? Sentence? What are you talking about? Hold on, Federico. We don't have a handle on the situation yet. Let's not worry about that until we find Lemune and Orin. Sorry, we'd like to talk to the man in charge here. Do you think we could arrange that for us? Yes, give me a second. I'll go... No need. Thank you for your assistance. I would be the man you're looking for. Sorry, I was one step too late. Your Excellency, and Gerald. Brother Gerald. Would you be the most revered abbot of this monastery? And this, Senor Gerald, is he also a community leader? No. He is not. True enough. I'm no such important person. I realize you must have many questions. Please come. Let's find a more suitable place to talk. Clement, please close the gate, and don't let anyone approach for the time being. But, Your Excellency, I'll be here. Immune, you keep at it. Alright. Careful out there, brother. Then, I'll be waiting for you at the door. If you need anything, feel free to call for me. Alright, now no one will disturb us. I am the bishop here, Stefano Torregrossa, and I have also serve as abbot of this monastery. It's a pity that you two came such a long way only to find our hospitality so lacking. No need for meaningless pleasantries. Under the power vested in us by His Holiness, Pope Evangelista IX, my colleagues and I came to locate two Lateran nuncios. I ask, where are Lemune and Orin Argulos? I can't read these big words, goddammit! Because I have no choice but to tell you. Signora Lemune is currently a guest of our monastery. You don't worry, we'd never mistreat a guest, and her safety is assured. What about Orin Argulas? Whereabouts of Senor Orin is actually what I wanted to ask you. Is it not the case that you arrived so quickly because he contacted Leonoron? What? Senor, I'm afraid your statement is inconsistent with our intelligence. It's our understanding that... We're dropping out for today. Bad connection. Have a nice evening. Thanks for stopping by at all, man. I'm glad to see people in the chat. Have a good night, man. It's our understanding that Sanctimonium Ambrose... Sanctimonium Ambrosi sent a distress message to Laterano. We dispatched two nuncios in response and lost contact with both of them. So His Holiness sent us to find our people and investigate the situation. I know that's wrong. That's why I'm not reading that. Does any of that conflict with what you know? We were unable to retain Senor Orin. By that you mean you weren't able to keep Orin restrained. You can say that again. He was on edge the whole time. While inviting Senor Lemune to remain our guest, he took advantage of the distraction and slipped out. You don't know what happened to him after that? Federico? Yes? Orin escaped but hasn't shown himself or contacted us. Does that ring alarm bells to you? Yes. You could add a little more than just yes. And my becloaked friend, I can't imagine any of the ordinary residents here would be so in the know. Who exactly are you? Me as the hunter here. Or maybe a bodyguard. No need to worry about me. Alright then, we'll just run with that for now. Set Orin aside for now. We demand a reasonable explanation for Senora Lemune's circumstances. Why would a monastery need to restrict the movements of a Lateran nuncio who came to offer aid? Your answer will determine our subsequent actions. Considering you're both Lateran emissaries, you should already be familiar with this monastery's history. Our knowledge is limited to the information in the mission briefing. Over a decade ago, we entered the waste to avoid a catastrophe. Ran out of fuel, the monastery has been trapped here ever since. Able to communicate with the outside world, all we could do was try to farm for ourselves. But the soil in these parts is mostly fallow and not much food grows these days. It's not all. Beasts that wander the barrens and robbers even more vicious than the beasts all pose grave threats. We never had much choice. We decided to take in vagrants wandering the waste. Take in is far too generous a term. No, we did no such act of charity. We were merely accepting people who had no home to return to. There are many reasons a person can become uprooted, and we did nothing more than offer them a new place to stay. Stefano. Point of clarification. There's one thing I'd like to ascertain. Whoa, Federico, what are you... Hey, don't... Yep, sarcasm. Reverend Executor, this is most unusual. I'm finished. You really just went for it. But it's definitely something. Your Excellency, can I ask you to explain what's going on here? In the heart of a Lateran monastery. Why have we found a sarcasm? Well, I guess that's that. Apologize if you find this offensive. What are you doing here? I already told you, I'm just a hunter. Gerald the Hunter. Fortunately, it doesn't look like you believe me.
Take a breather and tally up your losses. Nothing worth celebrating here. We might be dead in a second or two.
Yeah. He too. Oh god, there's holes in this one. Do I have enough? I don't think I do. No, I blew through all those earlier. I'm dropping you, because you're not carrying your weight.
Good timing. I need something to do.
And let's just promote you up to level 53 for now, for that buff.
All memorized. Anything else?
Cement's kind of just here to be here. Diff. In a place far, far away, there once was a village where the people led happy lives. Some built homes to shelter the others from the elements. Some reclaimed farmland. Others sent out to hunt, search for ores, and at the same time fought back scoundrels who would take the village for themselves. No concept of ego existed among those villagers. No difference between self and other. Self and other. No one could survive without the rest. They lived together in that small village called it home. But nothing could last forever. The soil yielded less and less, hunting became more and more difficult, and as food dwindled, stomachs grumbled in hunger. The cold months crept closer and closer, but there was not enough fuel for heat. Something had to be done about this. So everyone said this must be a trial given to us by the Lord, and we must pray for forgiveness. Just at that time, a group of well-meaning people came by, and upon seeing the plight of the village, spoke to the head of the villagers. Come live with us in our city. We can only bring those who are most like us. Come and enjoy a better life. All you need to do is leave a few of you behind. I don't like this story, Senor Arturia. Why not? The memory's really bad, it hurts. Yeah, it's bad. So is leaving your friends behind. Yes, that's a very correct idea of collectivism. A little bit of heroism mixed in, or even romanticism. Romantic stories do have ways of stirring the heart, but it's exactly that romanticism and high-mindedness that has a way of confounding others. Naturally, neither of you are, nor I, are immune. Big words. I don't get it at all. Talking like a weirdo again, Senor Arturia. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's my mistake. Let's go with a different story, then. What would you like to hear? I want to hear a hero story. You all want to become heroes. I want to be a great hero, just like Mama. Your Mama sounds amazing. And you're a creeper. Be good now, and give me just a moment. I seem to have caught you at a bad time. Am I interrupting you, Arturia? You ask despite already knowing, Most Reverend Bishop Alice. Revered, I think. Revered is the word I was looking for there. God, this fucking dyslexia of mine. Apologies. It was not my intent to displease you. I merely came to bid you farewell. Owing to the addition of an unexpected traveling companion, I plan to leave as soon as possible and escort my companion back home. Allow me to offer a prayer for this pitiful soul. I'm not trying to fight with you here. Especially not in front of the children. However, pitiful should never be used to describe one's resolve to live. Resolve, Resolve. The amount of control we have over our own lives is often not as perfect as we believe it to be, and no one is ever the wiser until proven otherwise. Think of things that one must never do. They're often already done by the time they sense the return to them. Does an act of blame contradict the heart's inner desires? We just say our so-called resolve is not just a coping mechanism used to deceive ourselves. Times like these, where are our truest emotions and intentions hidden? When will the day come that one's thoughts, emotions, and actions can truly be unified? This is not the point of your inquiry, sir. It seems that today is an in which a great many things will unfold. I hear a commotion outside, as if some acquaintances have come knocking. If I were you, Bishop Alice, not be in such a hurry to leave just yet. Sorry to keep you waiting. Took forever, Senor Arturia. So slow. Please forgive me. Why don't I tell an extra spectacular story to make up for it? I want to hear a story of a grand battle between heroes and villains. I do. Alright then, let's listen carefully. Long time ago in a faraway castle there lived a young boy. The boy didn't express much emotion and rarely spoke, but he was incredibly fierce in a fight. I told you I'm just a hunter. If that's not enough to satisfy you, then I don't mind trying something else. Just an ordinary, roughly middle-aged Sarkaz. I do not believe that is the entire truth. That weapon behind you, you carry it always. You actively conceal your movements, which is a mercenary's habit. That's for self-defense. You saw it yourself. The bandits are always raiding us. Things aren't so peaceful here. It does not explain why you have a mercenary's habit. I've got farm equipment in my hands more often than weapons these days. I hunt for a living here. Sometimes I work in the fields, or in the mines when I have to. I need to get all excited about these old hands of mine. I'm just an ordinary guy, bound up by life. Federico, stay mindful of our mission here. I don't think now is the time to be chasing hypotheticals. Reasonable determination. Would your excellency mind explaining the situation? Sorry to bring you trouble, Stefano. No, you have nothing to apologize for, Gerald. As the two of you might surmise, over a decade ago, Gerald brought a small group of Sarkaz to the monastery. At the time, they were stranded in the barrens without food or ammunition. When they found our monastery, they had no choice but to try to make contact. He didn't expel them, so they chose to settle here. Is there a difference between driving them out, those who've been cornered, and driving them into a corner yourself? I guess that makes sense. At first, not everyone was accepting of our new neighbors. But rootless hatred and prejudice have no purchase when survival is at stake. We provided a place for these people to stay, and in turn, they helped us deal with our own problems. Our food shortage, the bandit threat, and our gradual depleting energy supply. They relied on us, so we also relied on them. She still chose to send messengers to contact Laterano. A choice made in the absence of choice. Laterano is willing to provide us with assistance, and is also willing to welcome us back in. However, even the Mune, the Nuncio willing to grant us the most conscience, still held one non-negotiable condition. Sarkaz have no place in paradise. No place. Why? On the basis of race alone. Just because they're Sarkaz. How are they any different from us? Without these stalwart brothers and sisters, we would have lost our fight for survival long ago. Where was Laterano during the time we were supporting each other? So let me beg the two of you to once again lead to the wisdom of His Holiness the Pope and to your faith. The old man raises both his hands, but appears to be holding up his faith as well as crumbling beneath its overwhelming weight. Sanctus' faith is formless, intangible, nowhere to be found. His fingers grasp for the halo above his head in vain, the old man's hands gradually slipping until they cover his face. What Lemune said is correct. There will be no Sarkaz in Laterano. Nor will Laterano allow any Sarkaz through her gates. Hey, Federico, you don't have to be so blunt. This is a fact. Enough, Stefano. I already told you, we can accept it. You go to Laterano. We'll find a place to start over. That Nuncio Lemune promised us some support, but in name, we have to go our separate ways. It's always been a fact. The fact that they even offered us that much is already more than I expected. It's more than enough. No, it shouldn't be a fact. It's certainly not enough. Don't get it? That we even nominally have to go our separate ways is only makes this all the more ridiculous. Sorry, Stefano. We've given up. What? What do you mean? What I mean is, you don't have to subject yourself to all this. Just for our sake. You don't need to be so hard on yourself. I've talked to the others. We decided we're leaving. What are you saying? I assume that settles things, Reverend Executors. Revered Executors. I keep wanting to read that as Reverend. We'll leave. It just means letting go of a group of destitute refugees. You can do that, right? Notorial Hall does not harm innocent civilians. I'm glad. Really, Federico? I do not lie. How should I put this? Well, whatever. You're leading this operation, so if that's what you've decided, I don't object. I swear to you, a Sarkaz has never been in Lateran's sacrarium. That in itself does not constitute a crime. Really now. How should I say this? There's actually no explicit prohibition on it. Bishop Stefano Torregrossa, I will continue to pursue the whereabouts of Orin Algrosa. Argiolas. Based on your testimony. I'm going to say that name wrong every fucking time it comes up. Don't worry. May I take it that you've accepted the conditions put forth by the Lateran, that all monastery residents, with the exception of the Sarkaz, will be resettled in Laterano at a later date. If you remain silent, I will interpret that as your tacit consent. Stefano. What? I need a bit of time. I would finish my final sermon and spend one last night here. Please, give me just a bit more time at the very end. I will give you an answer after Matins tomorrow. What do you think, Federico? Fine. Now, I wish to meet with Cardinal Aide Lemune. Signora Lemune is our guest. Of course you may visit her if you wish. Understood. In that case, we'll take our leave. Hey, wait a second. At least say something first, Federico. Am I still holding on to some of my old merc habits? It's like even after all these years, some habits die hard. Girl, are you absolutely certain of this? Sure, Stefano. You know I wouldn't joke around with this stuff. We're all bound by the need to survive. What you said was no lie. Anyone home? I brought your winter clothes. Huh? That's weird. Where is everybody today? Ina? What are you doing standing around here? Oh, Caroline. Perfect timing. I came by to drop off everyone's winter clothes, but is something going on? I walk around all day and haven't seen a soul. What are you all busy with? We have some stuff to take care of. Thanks for coming all the way out here, but we're fine with what we have. Or, we already have enough winter clothes, so you can take these back. Also, tell the others not to worry about us. What are you talking about? When in the last few years have any of us had enough to get through winter? Aren't you still wearing that light coat, Caroline? Temperatures are going to drop pretty soon. We need to get you into something a little thicker. Fina, is something wrong? What's that in your hand? Oh, it's nothing, just some hardtack. No, let me see it. Hey, wait. The Sancta girl reaches out to snatch the supposed hardtack from behind the other girl's back. Almost instinctively, she splits the dry, hard thing down the middle before she's pushed away. Stuffed inside the hardtack are truths hidden away all the time, finally exposed to her eyes. What is this? Bran and sawdust? Caroline, didn't you say you had more than enough food? Why are you eating this? No, Fina, listen to me. We're just what? Talk to me, Caroline. Tell me, what depths have we stooped to these days? Knocky, knocky, knocky. Sound of knuckles rapping at the door. The door isn't actually locked, but the guests outside still continue to knock and wait for a response. It used to be a secret code agreed upon by several friends from school. Some time has passed that Lemune thought she forgot, but the facts prove that she's not forgotten. Meaning of the code words tapped by the guest is rescue successful and first arrival. Come in. Salve, room service. Gracias. Please put the food over there on the table. Do you need a tip? Can't just ask if you need a tip. It's gonna come from the heart, right? I guess you have a point. You don't seem surprised at all, Immune. You disappointed that it's me? Of course not. The fact that you're here means news of this place has already reached Laterano, right? Well, more or less. That Orin guy actually left you behind and ran off by himself. When I get back, I'm going to tell him us to mind Fiametta. Cut up some slack, won't you? Ooh. Alright then, back to business. I knew His Holiness wouldn't send you here alone, which means I need you to report your mission as well as who's with you. Switch to your business voice, huh? Alright then, Cardinal Aide Lemune. Mission was commissioned directly by His Holiness and is led by Federico, Executor of the Notarial Hall, and other functionary is Rochelle Colombo, another executor who volunteered to come. Our first objective is to locate you and Orin, and the second is to investigate this monastery. Oh, right. Federico also has another mission to maintain order. Unfortunately, I think His Holiness picked the wrong guy for the job this time. And that concludes my report. I see. So His Holiness actually sent that Federico, huh? Okay, I get the gist of things. Gracias, Ria. Again with the nicknames. Come on, you should know better. So what are you going to do next? On the surface, it looks like your movements are being restricted, but in fact, it's you who doesn't want to leave, right? If you wanted to leave, nobody here could stop you. My legs aren't fully healed yet. Like that makes a difference. You trust me too much, Rio. Though, I suppose that's fine. Alright, it's true that I decided to stay back. Federico is trying to arrest that bishop here on charges of false imprisonment. I'd appreciate it if you can clear up the situation for me. Also, sorry, but I don't plan on leaving just yet. Mind if I ask why? Reason? Let's just say that diplomacy isn't something that can be settled with guns and bullets alone. When it comes to a shootout, the odds are always in my favor, but if I have to sit down for a negotiation, I need to tread carefully or I might end up persuaded by the other party. It just so happens that I get along quite well with the residents here, so I want to see who ends up changing their mind first. Oh, when you put it that way, it sounds like you plan on compromising. Back in school, you watched me for an entire year just to make sure I showed up to class. I thought it'd be a shame if you couldn't get your diploma for attendance reasons. As for the problem we have here, I still have a friendly attitude at least, right? I knew Orin would report the situation here, which is why I chose to stay behind. I've had a bad feeling about it, and I don't want to provoke the bishop any further. With all the information I have on the monastery now, if there ever arises another opportunity to sit down at the negotiation table, I may be able to get him to relax a little and accept my proposal. I thought you'd say as much. I'm glad you understand. That's not what I said. But that's what you're thinking. I kinda hate empathy sometimes. Now, don't talk like that. How much do you know about the situation here? Enough. Nothing special about it other than the group of Sarkaz. Did you know they sent a total of 3 messengers? Leah? What? I had the impression that you never liked field missions. What made you sign up for this one? Maybe that I wanted to see you. Liar. Anyway, I'll find the others and explain your situation first. But to be entirely honest, I don't think what you're doing here is going to accomplish anything. It's worth a shot. You're getting scarier and scarier, Lemune. Not like it matters, though. Finally mustered the means to reach out to me. Yeah, I thought you'd abandon the mission after seeing Lemune. Who knows? Might not work out. No joke, please. Spare me. You brought it up. Ah, fuck. What's with all these gas? Alright, I don't have time to chat either. Let's talk business. These help with the raspy voice that comes from all the fucking talking. Hard candy. Pretty sure I had hard candy last time I did an Arknights mission or event. What was it? Oh yeah, I had those lollipops last time. Fuck, it's really been that long. Shit. Phew. Dealing with guys like him really wears you down. A pain in the ass, this mission. I would have taken it if I knew. Who's there? Oh, I didn't think you'd actually follow me, girlie. I can't have you running around the monastery by yourself. We need to keep an eye on you. Make sure you don't do anything bad. And, there's also a favor I'd like to ask you. And, of course, I'll pay you back for it. Let's see. Flour, eggs, and, where's leftover sugar from last time? I'm trying so hard to scrounge up leftover ingredients from dinner every day. Why is there still so little? I need enough for Seraphilia, Ava Stefano, Fina, and Raymond. Also, Petrus, Gerald. Oh, Petrus Gerald, Petrus Clement, Senora Caroline, and... It's not going to be enough, though. Tuna? Coming in, okay? Something I have to tell you. What are you doing in here? Oh, I was just about to go look for you. You still remember when I helped Amita Nina with farm work the other month? Where did I put that bit of white sugar I got in return? How long ago was that? Where are you going now? What do you need sugar for? And where'd you get all those cooking ingredients? Wait, Tuna, don't tell me you're still trying to bake sweets at a time like this. Fina, what's wrong? Are you mad at me? I wasn't trying to hide food from you. I just wanted to prepare a surprise for everyone. Fina, don't be mad at me, okay? I promise you'll be the first to have some after I'm done. Tuna, you... Forget it. Just put those things down. Now's not the time to be doing stuff like this. Huh? But what? But I promised someone I'd make her Bazella as a gift. A gift? Yeah, she helped me fix up my patron firearm, so I have to thank her. Like a miracle, Fina. Once this gun got fixed, I felt something different about it, just holding it in my hands. It's like I knew how to use it from birth. Look, it's even prettier now. And two of us will be able to use it together from now on. You know what, Tuna? I actually never cared that much about my own firearm. Or for Ava Stefano's sermons. I don't even care that I've never seen Laterano. You know, what are you talking about? Can I even really be called a Sancta? Maybe I can, but I care about you and Raymond and Stefano and Gerald and Clement, Nina, Caroline. I care about everyone here. This is my only home. They're my only family. What are you talking about, Fina? Of course I care about everyone else, just like you. No, it's not the same. If you were just like me, if you knew how hard Ramoon and the others have it, you wouldn't be in the mood to make your joke of a Pizzella all the time like this. You wouldn't be so naive. I kind of feel like you changed after the people from Laterano showed up. Of course I haven't. I mean, that gun of yours. Was the Mune Laterano who fixed it up for you? Your Excellency, I've allowed the two visitors freedom of movement around the monastery as you ordered. But are you sure it's alright? You don't look too good. You want to get some rest first? Oh, Clement, it's nothing you need to worry about. Go ring the bell. This week's sermon is being moved to today. Let's go tell the others. Gerald, are you and your people coming? Sorry, Stefano, we'll still have a lot to prepare. Can't say how many of us we have. Can't say how many of us will show. I understand. But are we seriously going to accept their terms? Do we absolutely have to leave behind our own? Enough. Go, Clement, hurry. Alright. If faith has betrayed itself, then I, too, must make my decision. I must repent.
Dr. Love, how'd you even come up with these plans?
I'm listening.
Let's patch up that hole first, just in case.
I know what to do. You can't hide your fear.
I'm heading that way.
Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Situation! You.
Watch your left.
God damn it.
Understood. Just coming.
The hell are you doing, Tarzan?
敵を殺してしまうのは下策と心得る。
Please stay there. Please stay there.
I'm right by you. Right. Harass the closest enemy.
No, fuck. Let's try that again, shall we? This will probably be the last.
Mirages to lead them off. We'll go this way.
This will probably be the last mission for today. You're a Vanguard, right? Yeah, Ulysses is a Vanguard. Which means she should have DP regen, right? I hope. You were in the right spot. So my main goal right now is to just
Heading that way.
load out with Vanguards.
Don't keep me waiting. You can't hide your fear.
I'm right by you. Open a hole. Please hold on.
Okay, serious face.
Okay, so they gain the range of whoever I attach them to, or the stats of whoever I attach them to. How about we go with that one? Fuck me!
Don't be glum, chump. Follow-up work is part of construction too. Just leave it to me to take care of the reinforcement. Cheer up, Docky.
Okay, that kind of put me in a better mood. But goddamn, that Tarzan motherfucker's gonna fuck everything up.
Let us reap those naive delusions and immature obsessions.
Alright,
I'm heading that way.
I know where he drops, so why don't we do that?
Don't keep me waiting. Better watch your step.
That's the cheaper option. They're gonna get frenzied anyway. I want them over there.
Easy peasy. Ready to heal.
Don't keep me waiting. You can't hide your fear.
Understood. Right. Harass the closest enemy.
We're gonna put Heligar right there.
真の意味で離れることはできん。私も分かっている。
Let's do that.
Want a candy? Let animosity be gone with the blow.
Set lines in the bushes.
I'm just gonna keep activating this and see how that goes for me.
I know what to do. Better watch your step.
First aid box is ready. The medication is here. Take it.
He has to fall in that hole, right? Nope, he's just gonna come this way.
Such ruthlessness. I said I don't like getting my feathers.
Coming. Lure the enemy left.
戦闘は刀を無知となし、肉体を打ち据える。
I know what to do. Better watch your step.
Hiya. Oh, wishes. I beg you, coalesce.
Awaiting your orders. Fire! I'm right by you. Through. Open a hole.
Oh, your arts aren't working. How can that be?
I think we got it this time. There we go. Please tell me there's no story mission after this. Damn it. Gerald, are you coming to ring the bell with me or something? Is that weird? It is. I asked you once before to help me ring the bell, and you were having none of it. Ended up sending Raymond instead. I guess that did happen. Thought you didn't like the sound. Can't say either way. After all these years. For all these years, you still haven't gotten used to it. Have to forgive me. That sound doesn't carry good memories. Clement, you still remember Eileen? Eileen. Did I forget? If you hadn't saved me back then, the bandits would have thrown me down the canyon long ago. She was the one who insisted on saving you. I didn't want to stick my neck out. Not supposed to say that to my face. Sorry. We set up camp last night. Didn't get the greatest haul, and it wasn't easy to handle either. The moon played his game while I lit the fire. Watching that tiny flame gradually sputter to life, and I don't know what came over me, but I suddenly started thinking of Eileen. Gerald. To be honest, I hadn't thought of her for the longest time. It was only when she came to mind that I realized I can't even remember her face. Always a bit of an outcast among us. Once told me that seeing the flowers all over the monastery and hearing the sound of the bell would set her heart at ease. Aren't many flowers to look at these days. Sadly true. Eileen loved the sound of the bell here. Up until the day she left us, when she insisted on waiting until the bell rang to close her eyes. That's why you don't like it. Maybe I'm just afraid. Afraid it'll be a harbinger of bad news. If only we had enough medicine back then. Her injuries might not have taken a turn for the worse, and it might not have come to that. There are no ifs. Hope she finds salvation. Yes, we all do. Gerald, is it true that you've decided to leave? Yes. I didn't think it'd be this sudden. I should have told you earlier, but never had the chance. We're going to be hard on Ramune and Fortuna for a while. Kids have always gotten along. They're not going to take it easy. Ramune's too young. He was so little when he first came here, he doesn't remember a whole lot. Doesn't yet understand what it means to be Sarkaz. But he will understand. He'll come to terms with it. Perhaps that's the Sarkaz faith. Fate isn't a pleasant word. You have a point, but I can't find a better one. Alright, I should go visit Eileen. We'll be walking different paths from here on out, so I guess this is where we part ways. Wait, Gerald. I'll go with you. It's only a slight detour and won't get in the way of anything. Oh, right, look. The blooming season just started, so we can pick some flowers to give to Eileen. I'll go with you. No, Clement, you're confused. What? This isn't a path meant for you. You go up those steps over there. Keep going up. The scenery's prettier from up there. Will you get to see that beautiful scenery? Go ring the bell, Clement. Don't waste time. That's where you belong. Take care, brother. What are you talking about, Fina? This has nothing to do with Senora Lemune. Liar, who else could fix up a patron firearm for you? Only that Lateran. Why would you think that? How can you tell if I'm lying or not, Fina? Do you get how I'm feeling right now at all? I really wish I could understand, Tuna, but I just don't get it anymore. Ayla says you're telling the truth and that your pain is no less than mine. If that's true, how do you still have the heart to sit there baking pizzella? How can you spend time around those ladder rounds like it's nothing? I just don't get it, Tuna. Fina, it's because I want everyone to live their best lives. What do you mean? We don't actually have a choice, do we? Even though Stefano never said it himself, and nobody talks about it with us, I've always known deep down in my heart, Laterano will let us back in. I overheard them saying that our monastery is actually a very powerful building, and Laterano absolutely will want us to go back. I also know that Gerald and the others, they might not be able to come with us. But I still want to try my best. If I can get the Laterans to understand that Gerald's people are all good, then maybe what? You'd agree to let us all live together in Laterana. Get it now. Is that why you're always so willing to chat with that Lemune woman? You think you're putting in a good word for them? Did you beg her? You think we have to get on our knees and beg for Lemune's people not to get left behind? Is that it? Mina, you're trying to get them to change their minds. So what do you have to show for it? I'm still working on them. You're wasting your time. Wasting on a hope and a prayer, Tuna. How are we different from Remune or Caroline? Remune can do way more than I can, and Caroline's a lot smarter than me. See, you get it. They're splitting us up. They've accepted us as their people, but at the same time, they're looking down on the ones we truly belong with. I can't accept it. I'd rather not go to Laterano at all. But, Fina, didn't we agree that one day we'd leave the waste and go to Laterano together? That we'd live in a world without hunger or cold, a world filled with flowers rather than empty barrens as far as the eye can see? It's just childish dreaming, Tuna. You really think so? You think it's just an empty dream? Not as optimistic as you are. All I know is ever since those Laterans showed up, the air in the monastery has gotten weirder and weirder. Sure, lives here have become incredibly difficult, but I've never resented that. I love listening to Stefano's sermons and Gerald's stories about the past. Sometimes when we didn't have enough food, Caroline would slip us a couple extra pieces of jerky. Or Nina would give us an extra scoop of the thickest veggie porridge to Remune, and we get together and share it. I was fine with that. Nina, but what about now? Everyone always talks about how good Laterano is, but all I've ever seen of it is these people messing up our lives. I understand you need to vent, Fina, but you can't blame Lemune for that. Am I venting? Okay, maybe I am. But have you heard what everyone has been talking about in private? Have you noticed that Gerald and the others are coming by less and less? While you're busy delivering food to Lemune, while you're busy making your stupid pizzelle, do you have any idea what Caroline's people have been eating? I don't know anything. What? What are you saying? What's going on with Caroline? I didn't know. Yeah, you don't know anything at all. It's not your fault, it's mine. If I didn't see it with my own eyes, I never would have known how bad the situation actually is. Tuna, if through our halos you can feel even a fraction of what I'm feeling right now, then hand your patron firearm over. What are you going to do? Just hand it over. There's no reason for us to pray to these things. Give it to me. Something's wrong with you, Fina. It's too dangerous. I can't give it to you. Why not? Didn't you say you'd share it with me? I did say that, but this is different. You said you didn't get mad at all. And I should be the one saying that. What's gotten into you, Fina? Wake up. I'm all too awake. I've never been so awake in my... Bleh. You want to talk about prayer? About the empathy only saints have? I've had enough. I don't need to be special. All I want is... You can't... Fina, don't be like this. Somebody's gonna get shot. Huh? Vina? All I want is for everyone to stay together. Vina, what's wrong with you? You're scaring me. Vina! Yep, finally caught up with you guys. So what's the word? Everything's going well? Ophelia, you need to notify us in advance if you're going to act on your own. Don't be such a hard ass, will ya? All I want to do is finish the job as soon as possible. First, the good news. I found the Mune. She's inside the monastery. And the bad news, she doesn't want to come with us. She always has her own agenda. Couldn't get through to her at all. Hey, don't frown at me. Go drag her out yourself if you got what it takes. Alright? Alright, what? Wait, you gotta be joking, right? No. Sir Ophelia, let me give you a little insider tip from the Notario Hall. What is it? Federico never cracks jokes. He isn't capable. I will locate her myself and ascertain her thoughts. What, do you think I'm lying to you or something? Can't be certain that you're telling the whole truth. Federico. Now I understand why so many girls in Ikuria have you blacklisted. No, whatever. Set that aside for now. What's the situation over there? Did you manage to talk to the people? Senor Rochelle? Is this one with you? Yes, we're all colleagues. What else do you want to know, young Sancta? We have nothing here, nothing at all. I have nothing to say. You shouldn't have come. Nina, how could you say that? We're the ones who reached out to Laterano. Didn't have a problem with it then, did you? Problem? I should have told Stefano a long time ago not to expect anything from Laterano. Yes, Julian. Throw them out. Never should have let the Laterans in. We don't need their help. Get them out of here now. Calm down, Nina. What's gotten into you? Weren't you just saying you'd go welcome our guests? Seems like the two of you need to sort some things through in private. Is there anything I can do to help? Sorry, Nina just got a bit worked up. I don't think we need any help. I just need to take her to get some rest. Come find me if there's anything you need to talk about later. Yeah, make sure she gets some rest. Voice bad, voice hurt. This is kinda odd. Looks like things aren't going too well for you over here. What's that about? You seemed fine at first, but then I have no idea what happened. Federico, you were the one who wanted to interrogate the residents. Did you notice anything? That woman's mood was unstable. While it's not unusual for a person to change their mind mid-conversation, it's rare for someone to forget the topic entirely and change their demeanor. So you mean... I do have a theory, but it's just speculation at this point. We'll discuss it if the likelihood rises significantly. And that's that. Besides some of the residents being kind of loopy, must have made some other discovery. Come on, reverend executors. Oh, that does say reverend. My eyes don't work. Let's put our heads together. So putting it plainly, that bishop dumped all of this extra work just for the sake of the Sarkaz living here. Did we mention we were willing to bring them back to Laterano? He's leaving everyone out here to starve in the cold just for those Sarkaz? We tamed Lateran Nuncio just for those Sarkaz? Yes. Seriously. First that traitor Anduin leaves, and now we get this merciful, compassionate bishop. Yes. Ooh, alright, cool. Not exactly into the drama, but is he out of his mind? No wonder Lemune couldn't agree with him. Considering what the Sarkaz did in Londinium, those Victorian dukes are probably furious. Word got out that His Holiness was cavorting with the Sarkaz now. His plan for the Summit of Nations would be through. Sounds pretty serious. Federico, if I remember correctly, the task given to Lemune and Orin was to provide assistance and reclaim this monastery for Laterano, right? Correct. A good call, seeing as how the structure could serve as a fort and have a rather unique history. Definitely could come in handy. Especially when the time comes for us to reach out to Liberia again. For now, there's no need for us to stoke conflict and burn bridges here. By the way, Federico, did you recognize that Sarkaz back there? Yes. Who is he? A mercenary. The average conversation between the two of you is about as interesting as, what did you eat last night? Gainer. Federico, how much do I have to pay you for a few extra words? Being in the price, I'll send the bill to His Holiness. I have never considered this question. Gives the guy a break. Oh, right. You know now Lemune as well, but what about Orin? I ran off a while ago. Even Lemune doesn't know where he ended up. But he's pretty good with that self-preservation, if you ask me. He's probably hiding somewhere, planning his next move. Huh? A bell? Where's that song coming from? The ringing of the bell signifies the beginning of the sermon. Should we head over? Won't be anybody in the monastery during the sermon, so we could look for Orin. No, I'll attend the sermon. Oh, talk about out of character. Need to ascertain the overall condition of this monastery to judge whether it can maintain stable function under current circumstances, or if outside intervention is needed. Attending a sermon, where a large number of residents will be present, is a good observation opportunity. Oh. Suppose it does make sense if you put it like that. But, shouldn't you be prioritizing some more clear-cut issues? For example, Orin? Or is there something else you're worried about? You're overthinking. I carry out my duties in the manner I find logical. The bell's ringing? Strange. Abbott normally doesn't preach at this time, so why is the bell ringing right now? Oh, Clements. What great timing. Do you know what's going on? Abbott rang the bell because he decided at the last minute to deliver a sermon today. Let's head over to the chapel. We should go, but we haven't finished our work yet. Why the sudden sermon, though? Does it have to do with the Laterans? Are they trying to, are they here to cause trouble? Why would you ask that? Not a big deal, just tell me if it's true or not. Hey, tell me, are they not letting us go to Laterana because Gerald's people are here? Where'd you get that idea? It's been on everyone's mind. Sanctum and the Sarkaz are on bad terms, right? Not for that fact, we might already be back in Laterano. Well, no point talking about any of that now. Just don't know how the abbot feels about all this. Just forget anything I ever said. Nobody blaming anyone, and there's nobody to blame in the first place. It's just that the winter's not easy. Cold's awful. Yes, I understand. Everyone's just thinking, if we could go to Laterano, we'd have food, clothing, and work, right? It'd be nice if there was some forests nearby. At least we'd be able to afford some branches to start a fire so the kids could stay warm during the winter. Yes, you're right. At least the kids would stay warm. But would our lives really improve after we got to Laterano? Probably. I mean, where else will we go? You don't need to worry yourself over that too much, Clement. God will protect us. What's that sound? What's going on this time? Sound. A gunshot. Just rung the bell. Ah, come on, we gotta hurry this up. Make sure the mic is still coming through. No, I should prepare my final... Who's there? Fortuna, my child, is that you? Long to as ever, please take a seat until the others arrive. Still need to finish a few things. Fortuna. What's the meaning of this? That was Stefano. Help me. Bloodstained girl stumbles toward the stunned old man, one step at a time. The dim light finally illuminates the girl's face, revealing spotty traces of blood, as well as the black horns protruding from her forehead. Oh! In front of her stands a statue of a gun-toting saint, bathed in light. Behind her lies a trail of blood that cannot be erased. Sancta blood drips onto the chapel's floorboards, giving off a dull sound. It's a deafening sound, one that opens all eyes wide. The patron firearm used for prayer finally slips from the hands that were clutching it tightly. Fina, she... Don't cry, sweet child. What happened to Delphina? She's hurt. It's me. I hurt her. Stefano, please save her. Father, are you alright? What happened? Fortuna, what are you doing here? Is that blood all over you? You... What happened here? That's... Whoa. Is this for real? This ain't funny anymore. People again. What the hell is going on here? Is Fortuna growing a pair of black horns? Executor steps into the chapel under the watchful eyes of the others. Fallen angel continues to weep. Stefano has no choice but to turn his eyes towards visitors. Response from her halo is showing fluctuations, and horns are growing from her head. Clear indication that she's fallen. Broken the commandments.
I'm sure if the leader saw you now...
Well, that's a place to fucking leave off. We're gonna end this stream here for now. Might pick this up on Friday, hopefully. For now, though, we are ending it right there. So, thank you all for watching. Tomorrow we were doing more Final Fantasy, followed by more Spyro the Dragon on Thursday. So, hope to see you guys for any of that. Have a good weekend, guys. Or weekend. Fuck. Have a good night, guys. Ugh.